Time for the ILA Report, and joining us, NRA ILA Media Liaison, Alexa Fritz. Alexa, how are you today?
Doing well. Good to be with you.
Good to be with you. We've got some stuff to talk about, kind of on both sides of the country. We're going to start with California first. Long gun registration bill and open carry ban awaiting consideration by California Senate. Let's get right up to speed with what's happening out there.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. We've got Assembly Bill 1810, which would establish a registration system for all newly acquired long guns. And so AB 1810 would, you'd have to have the make, model, serial number of all firearms, as well as the identifying information of the purchaser, and that would all be kept and recorded and kept on file by the California Attorney General's office. And as we know, I mean, these registration schemes, they do nothing to combat crime. They really don't help anyone other than they're going to end up imposing more financial burdens on the state of California. As we know, they don't need any more money problems out there. So this would be a big waste of money, a big waste of time, and undue registration and restrictions for gun owners. So we're definitely opposed to this. And this is one that's already made it through the Assembly, and their next stop, if it's passed by the Senate, would be to go to the governor's office. So we definitely want for folks to call their senators, call the governor, and try to stop this one in its tracks.
And let me guess, if the governor gets that bill, pretty good chance he's probably going to sign it.
That's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's funny, Alexa, we were talking with Tony Bernardo of the Canadian Institute for Legislative Action last night, and talking about, they've been going through so many years trying to get rid of the long gun registry up in Canada, and Cameron brought that point up. It's like, for crying out loud, in Canada, they've been trying to get rid of this albatross for years. And now, of course, California, there you go. Here's a long gun registry.
And I don't think anyone looks at Canada.
California is even saying, like, well, we're going to try and model it after the one in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
That Canada's ready to get rid of. So It really makes no sense at all. It's not helping anyone. And it would be a big waste of time and money and resources.
Absolutely. Now, what's the other piece of legislation there?
The other piece of legislation is Assembly Bill 1934, and that would outlaw the open carrying of handguns for self-defense. And, I mean, we here at the NRA definitely believe that law-abiding citizens should have every opportunity to defend themselves. Of course, this is really kind of a knee-jerk reaction by some anti-gun legislators who are trying to punish citizens there for open carrying a handgun when some of them can't conceal carry there. So, it's just one more way to try to impose gun control, and we're definitely not okay with that. We definitely want to stop this one right where it is as well before it goes any further. Its next stop would be the Senate and then the governor's office. So we need to call our senators there in California and try to put the brakes on this one for sure.
All right, so let's move from California to Virginia now. In Virginia, they have something called the Virginia Firearms Transaction Program, VFTP. Now, in 1998, the NICS check became available in Virginia, but for some reason, they still need this VFTP. Tell us about this VFTP, first of all, Alexa, and tell us how we can get rid of this thing.
Well, for the past 12 years, we have had the Virginia Firearms Transaction Program as well as NICS. So the past 12 years, we've had both of these, and it's really just redundant. And so the VFTP has become obsolete, and we're just ready to go ahead and get rid of that now that we've got NICS in place. That's really the best way for those background checks to take place, and we definitely just don't need the other system anymore, and it's just, again, a waste of time and resources and money that could be better spent in other areas.
Now, you're talking about talking to the California governor, but you'd probably have a lot more luck with Governor Bob McDonnell, who's going around the state asking how government can be more streamline and reform some of their policies. So I would imagine, there's a list on the ILA website of all these town halls you can go to all around the state of Virginia. And I would imagine if you told him about this, Governor Bob McDonnell would be much more amenable to saying, what are we doing here? This is ridiculous.
Yes, definitely. He's definitely said that he wants to get rid of any policies or programs that are redundant, and so this would definitely qualify as one of them. And as we know, thankfully, Governor McDonnell is very pro-gun. We're very glad to have him in office. And as you said, he is going around doing these town halls this week. And in fact, there's one tonight, let me see, in the Richmond area. So, and as you said, on our website, www.nraila.org, you can find a list of all these town hall meetings. And we would love for NRA members to show up and show their support for trying to repeal the VTFP system and let Governor Bob McDonnell know that you're in favor of that.
Absolutely. Alexa, thank you very much. And it's good to see, by the way, in the corner of that shot that you're watching Fox News in your office, by the way.
Oh, yes. We do watch Fox News around here time to time.
Alexa, thank you very much for being with us for
Thanks,
the
Alexa.
ILA Report today, and we'll talk to you next week.
Sounds great. Take care.
That's Alexa Fritz, NRA ILA Media Liaison with the ILA Report.